Okay, here's a nice little recap of sections 5 and 6. Okay, this top part right here, a lot of us didn't really get to this in class. Let me tell you what you need to know. Okay, when you graph two lines and they intersect in one point, okay, that is the one solution. And then the solution is the point x comma y. We've done this lots of ways. Okay, you could solve by graphing, you could do substitution, or you could do elimination. Okay, now here's the next thing that I need you to know. Okay, what if I graph the two lines and they end up being parallel? Parallel lines. If you have two lines that are parallel, parallel lines don't intersect. And if they don't intersect, which point do they have in common? And the answer is none. They don't. Okay? And that's why we would say no solution. Okay? And these are the two most important ones. If you see two lines that don't touch, then there is no point that they share. Okay? And we studied this for like the first 3 weeks. If there is a point, then tell me what it is. Okay, for example, maybe it's the point 3 comma 5. You would say that. Okay, don't make up a point here because there is none. We're not going to worry about that third case too much. Okay, there's two things that we did so far with the inequalities. The first one was we graphed. Okay, so with this, you have to be able to graph two inequalities and find the correct shaded region that they have in common. Okay, so this first one I'm going to graph. This is going to be a solid line. The y-intercept is -1, and the slope is -2. That means it's going to be downhill. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. I could go up 2, and I'd have to go left 1. Okay? Should I draw solid or dashed? We said solid. I like having that hint right there. So here's the solid line, and then we have to find the shaded region. Okay, we have to put our pencil on -1, and it says y's that are less. Okay, less means lower. So that means everything here below the line. I'm just going to do it very light. Okay, so this is the area for the blue line. Now let's take a look at number 2. This equation has a greater than sign, not equal, just greater. Okay, so this line I need to draw, and it has to be a dashed line. I'm going to start at +3 for the y-intercept. I'm going to go up 2 over 1, and I ran out of graph paper, so now I'll go down to left 1, down to left 1. You have to keep going. Okay, it's not a matter of finding the intersection point. It's a matter of find the edge of the graph paper so that when I shade it, I know which shade of this box to color in. Don't forget dashed. Okay, let's go ahead and draw a dashed line. If you forget, go back and erase some of it, or take out a marker and then just make sure really nice and dark that I can tell dashed. Okay, and now we have to figure out the correct shaded region for this guy. It says that we have to go greater. So if you look at the green line and you look at the y-intercept, which way is greater than this line? Should I color here 4, 5? Is that greater? Or should I go down here by the negatives? No, don't do that. Go above the line. Okay, go above the line. So here's above the green line. Here's above the green line. But the question is, where is above the green line and below the blue line? Okay, and the answer was right here. Okay, this had both of the colors mixed in it. Okay, this section right here had both of the colors, so that would be the correct shaded region. Okay, make sure I can tell which region is shaded. You guys can really start graphing super light, and then just the one section dark. Okay, kind of like this guy here. Okay, this is how it looks when you do it in a computer. To do the system of inequalities off of the picture, you have to write two equations. So let's do this solid one here. Okay, this is going to be a y equals mx plus b line. So the first one has a y-intercept of -2, And now I got to get some slope going. Let's see. Is it down 1 over 1? No. Is it down 2 over 1? No. Let's see, can we find another point? Sometimes what people do is they go right here to the intersection of the two lines. Sometimes that helps. I might have to reduce this though. Let's see. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 5 over 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't think I have to reduce it. The rise is negative 5 down 5 over 3 x, and then what's the b value? Negative 2. This line right here that we're looking at is solid. Okay, and then which way did they shade? It's very tricky because it's like way up there. Okay, so if I look at the line, did they shade above this line, up the y-axis? Or did they shade below the line, going down the y-axis? Okay, so you cut the graph paper in half. They did not shade anything above the line, so they must have shaded less than. They must have shaded less. Even though it's way up there, it's under. It's less than the solid line. So solid and less than. So what kind of symbol should we use? We should use the less than or equal to symbol. So let's put that into the equation to make an inequality. Y is less than or equal to negative 5/3 x minus 2. Okay, we have one more line to do, and that's this dashed one. So let's find the y-intercept. Let's use this intersection point right here to find the rise and the run. This one's also going downhill. Okay, so this equation is y equals down 1 over 3, negative 1/3 x, and the b value is 2 plus 2. Okay, when it's dashed, we're going to not use the equal sign. And which way did they shade? Did they shade below the line or above the dashed line? And it's definitely above the dashed line. Okay, so this is going to be greater than. How are we going to do a dashed greater than? That would be just the greater than symbol, no equal sign. Okay, let's put it in there and be done. Y is greater than negative 1/3 x plus 2. Okay? If you need more help, we can go back and do some practice problems until you really get the hang of that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this 8-minute video.